Very good morning, dear students. Welcome to all of you to today's class. But before starting the class, let's do Brahmanad. Santi. So now let's start the class. So students, in the previous class we have read Unit 1 of the chapter 3 question written by Leo Tolstoy. But before starting Unit 2, let us focus on few points of Unit 1. As I told you, in Unit 1 there was a certain king, okay? And once what happened, a question came to the king's mind, and the question was if it was possible on his part to know what is the right time for every action, who are the important people, and what is the most important work to undertake, then he would have never failed in his life. Every time he will get success. So as this thought came to his mind, so he declared in his kingdom that the person who will give correct answers to his questions will be honored profusely. So, learned people from the corner of his kingdom came to the court and they answered the questions differently. To the important people, some said priests are the important people, some said doctors are the important people, some said the counselors are the important people, and to the important time, and some said that the king has to draw in advance the weeks, month, year, and accordingly he has to live. And some said that no, the king has to consult a magician. And to the important work, some said that the worshipping God is the important work. Some said warfare is the important work. So the answers were given differently. Various answers were being given. But the king was not at all satisfied with any of the answers. So finally he did decide to consult a hermit. And that hermit was very famous for his wisdom, for his knowledge. Okay. So now let's see, either the king is going to meet the hermit or not, either he is getting the answers to his question, or once again he is dissatisfied with the answers, is clearly mentioned in Unit 2. Okay. So now let's see. But before it, let me tell you one thing. I have written almost all the difficult words on the board. If you need, you can write it down. Okay. So every word I have written. If you are getting it easy, no need to write. If you are facing it difficult, then only write down. So the hermit lived in a wood, in a small wood he was living. Okay, not forest. He was living in a woods, which he never quitted. But the most prominent thing on the hermit was he was living in a wood, but he was never ever leaving the wood, even when he was living alone, and he received none but common folk, and he was not receiving any people, but only the common people were paying visit to him. Okay, saint means what? A holy person living alone. Okay, saint, monk, like that. So the hermit was living alone in a hermit, and he was not receiving any people except the common people. So the king put on means what? Wear. Put on means wear. Okay, to wear. So the king, as the hermit was only receiving the common people, that's why the king did wear simple garments. And before reaching the hermit's cell, dismounted means alighted to get down from his horse. And before reaching the hermit's place, cell means here cell is not referring to cell phone. Here cell is referring to the cottage. Okay. So before reaching the hermit's cottage, he alighted from his horse and leaving his bodyguard behind went on alone. And his bodyguards were behind, and the king went alone to meet the hermit, because it was known to the king that the hermit was not receiving anyone except the common people. When the king approached, the hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. And when the king reached the hermit's place, what was he doing? He was digging ground. Okay, means he was going to do some plantation or some other work. Seeing the king, he greeted him and went on digging. And when the hermit saw this man, he just greeted him. Welcome, good morning, whatever it is, he just welcomed. But he didn't stop his work. He just continued digging. The hermit was frail. Frail means thin and weak. And each time he stuck his spade into the ground, he turned a little earth, he breathed heavily. And what was the physical condition of the hermit? He was a frail man, a weak man. At the same time, he was also thin. And every time he was digging the ground, he was breathing. Likewise, he was breathing heavily because he was a weak man. And spade into the ground and turned a little earth means what? To remove soil, okay, so that he can do plantation. Spade into the ground and turned a little earth, he breathed heavily. Who was breathing heavily? The hermit was breathing heavily. The king went up to him and said, I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. Now the king went near the hermit and said, O wise man, I came to you in order to know the answers of my 3 questions. Who is speaking? The king is speaking to the hermit. How can I learn to the right thing at the right time? But listen one thing, only the hermit greeted the king. Except this, he was not speaking anything. Then the king is speaking. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? So here, the king is asking the first question, that how could I know what is the right time for action? Who are the people I most need? And to whom should I therefore pay more attention than to the rest? Then the second question, first question is right time. Okay, first question was right time. Second one, important people. And third one was important work. Okay, so these were the 3 questions asked by the king to the hermit here. And he is speaking that who are the people most needful to me, and so to whom should I avoid, and to whom should I give more attention to? Who is speaking? The king is speaking to the hermit. And what affairs are the most important and need my first attention, and which affair means which work is the most important work, and I should give my fully attention toward the work. Understood it? So after meeting the hermit, the king is asking him the question, what is the right time, who are the important people, and what is the important work. The hermit listened to the king but answered nothing. The hermit was only listening the king. He was not speaking anything. He was silent. Okay. He just spat on his hand and recommenced digging. Spat means what? To take saliva out. This one. Okay. He just spat on his hand and continued digging. And recommence. Recommence means begin, restart. Because he had stopped, because the king was talking to him. Now he started digging. You are tired, said the king. Let me take the spade and work a while for you. And from this it is clear that the king was a good man. Even when he was a king, he took pity on the hermit and said that you are looking quite tired, so give me the spade. I will work for you. Who is speaking? The king is speaking. Okay, listen it properly so that you can understand. Then, thanks, said the hermit. And giving the spade to the king, he sat down on the ground. And the hermit just gave the spade to the king and said, thanks. And he sat down on the ground. Who sat down? The hermit sat down. when he had dug 2 beds. Here bed means what? Bed means the row which is being meant for plantation. Okay. Then when he had dug 2 beds, the king stopped and repeated his question. But after digging 2 beds, the king stopped and asked his question once again. The hermit again gave no answer. But this time also, the hermit was not giving any answer. He was remaining silent. But rose. Though the hermit didn't speak anything, he just suddenly rose. Right, the past tense of rise. He rose, stretched out means just stored his hand for the spade and said. Okay, and said, now rest a while and let me work a bit. And I have written the meaning. Stretch out means to extend something. Here to extend the hand. Okay, means the hermit was asking for the spade to the king and told him, you just take rest, let me dig the ground. Who is speaking? The hermit is speaking to the king. But the king did not give him the spade and continued to dig. But the king didn't listen to the hermit. He just continued his work. He continued to dig the ground. 1 hour passed and another. The sun began to sink behind the trees. Then 1 hour passed, another hour also passed, and the sun was setting in the western sky. It is mentioned behind the tree means the sun was not sinking behind the tree, in the western sky only. And the king at last stuck the spade into the ground and said, then the king was very tired, he just stuck the spade into the ground and said, I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my questions. Who is speaking? The king is speaking to the hermit that, oh wise man, I came to you in order to know the answers of my questions. If you can give me none, tell me so, and I will return home. But if you are unable to answer my question, speak to me. I will turn back to home. The hermit is still silent. He is not speaking anything, but the king was speaking him that if you can't answer my question, tell me, I will return home. Then suddenly the hermit is speaking. Here comes someone running. See, someone is coming by running. Let us see who is it. Then he is speaking. Come on, let us see who is it. Who is the person who is coming running towards? The king turned round and the king was standing like this. He just turned and noticed and saw a bad man. Bad man means what? Okay, having bird. Okay, the bad man, not bad, bad man. The bad man come running out of the wood. Then from the wood, a man having big badge was coming by running. The man held his hands pressed against his stomach. Okay, let me tell you how the man was running. The man was running and his hands were pressed against his stomach. Okay, and what was the scenario? Even when the man was running by holding his hand against the stomach, suppose this is blood. Blood was running, coming down under from his hands. Okay, so the man, his stomach was pressed by his hands and blood was flowing from under them. But blood was flowing, definitely the bad man had got some injuries. When he reached the king, he fell fainting on the ground, mourning. Mourning means crying in a low voice, feebly, weakly, like this. Okay, and when the bad man reached the king, he just fell down. He just lost his sense, and he was crying. He was sobbing silently. Very slowly he was sobbing because of the pain. He was unable to tolerate it. And the king and the hermit unfastened means removed. Unfastened, removed. Okay, unfastened the man's clothing. Then the king, along with the hermit, he just removed the dress of that man. And there was a large wound in his stomach. And what was there? There was a big wound in his stomach. That's why the man was coming by running. The king washed it as best he could and bandaged it with his handkerchief and with a towel. The hermit had, listen, he was the king. He was not habituated to do all this type of work. First of all, he was walking. He came to the hermit by walking. Secondly, he worked on the ground. He was digging the ground. Thirdly, he was cleaning the wound of the bad man and bandaged it with his own handkerchief and with a towel that the hermit was having. But the blood would not stop flowing. But blood was not stopping. It was flowing continuously. And the king again and again removed the bandage soaked with warm blood and washed and rebandaged the wound. And what was the king doing? The king was bandaging the wound and removing the cloth once again, then washing it. Okay, the warm blood was washed by the king. He was washing it, then again doing the bandage. Okay, this means complete the work of a nurse was being done by the king on that particular spot. And when at last the blood ceased, means stopped flowing, the man revived. Revived means to get the sense again, to return to life. Okay, so the man was senseless, but when blood stopped flowing, the man got his sense back. And it is mentioned, and asked for something to drink, and then when the man got his sense back, he asked to drink something. The king brought fresh water and gave it to him, and the king, he just brought fresh water from the river or from the pond and gave it to the hermit. Gave it to the wounded man, not to the hermit. And meanwhile the sun had set and it had become cool, and in the meantime it was completely sunset. It was evening time and there was chill atmosphere. It was cooled. So the king, with the hermit's help, carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. So the king, he was unable to leave the man alone, so he did take the help of the hermit, took the man inside the hut and laid him on the bed. Laying on the bed, the man closed his eyes and was quiet, and the man, when he was laying on the bed, he slept peacefully. But the king was so tired with his work and with the work he had done that he crouched down. Crouch means to sleep by bending the body. Okay, he crouched down on the threshold and also fell asleep. So means to sleep like a dog, crouch. The dog used to sleep like this. Okay, normally we do sleep in the winter season. Okay, that one is crouching. So the king was extremely tired on that day, and he was so tired that he slept near the threshold, near the doorstep only he did sleep, and so soundly, and the king slept soundly. It was sound sleep that he slept all through this short summer night, and it was such a sound sleep that throughout this summer day he was unable to sleep peacefully, but this time he was sleeping sound sleep. Peacefully he was sleeping. Who? The king, because he was extremely tired because of the work and also because of the work done by him. When he awoke in the morning, it was long before he could remember where he was or who was the strange bad man laying on the bed and gazing intently at him with shining eyes. And when he got up in the early morning, before he is able to recall something, he noticed that there is a strange man sleeping on the bed and he is gazing intently. It is mentioned here, gazing means to look constantly, intently, focusedly, and the bad man was looking the king only like this. Okay, who? The bad man, the wounded man. He was only looking at the king, and it is also watched by the king with shining eyes, and his eyes were shining. Whose eyes were shining? The bad man's eyes were shining, means the wounded person's eyes were shining. Forgive me, said the bad man in a weak voice, and the bad man said, forgive me, please excuse me, forgive me, pardon me. When he saw that the king was awake and was looking at him, when he noticed that the king has got up and looking at him, he started speaking, please forgive me, forgive me. Who? The wounded person. It means definitely he has done something, correct or not? So let us see what he has done. I don't know you and have nothing to forgive you for, said the king. But the king was amazed, because first of all he was unable to recall where is he. He was a king. He was habituated to sleep on the bed, and right now when he is sleeping on the ground, on the floor, that is also near a threshold, and a man is speaking to him, please forgive me, he is unable to recall anything. The king is speaking, why should I forgive you? What have you done? You don't know me, but I know you. The wounded man is speaking, you don't know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore, means promised, to revenge himself on you. Then the wounded man, the bad man is speaking, you don't know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who promised to kill you, because you executed his brother and seized his property, because you have punished my brother and you seized my property. I knew you had gone alone to see the hermit, and I resolved, means decided, to kill you on your way back. Then the wounded man is speaking, that it was known to me that you had been to see the hermit. So I did decide that I will kill you when you are returning to your palace. On the way to your return, I will kill you. It was decided by me. But the day passed and you didn't return, but it became night. You did not return. So I came out from my ambush to find you, and I came upon your bodyguard, and they recognized me and wounded me. Then the wounded man is speaking, the day passed, but you didn't return. That's why I came out of my hiding place. But my bad luck, I was identified by your bodyguard, and they did own me. They recognized me. It came upon means to meet by chance. By chance, I did meet your bodyguards, and they were able to recognize me, and they did own me. I escaped from them, but should have bled to death. Bled to death means what? Bled to death, die due to excess loss of blood. Okay. So here the wounded man is speaking, I escaped from your soldiers, but I would have died because of excess bleeding. Had you not dressed my wound, and if you were not there to dress my wounds, then definitely I would have died because of bleeding. I wished to kill you, and you have saved my life. It was my wish that I should kill you, but you did save my life. Who is speaking? The wounded man is speaking to the king. It means finally the wounded man is showing his gratitude towards the king. Now if I leave, and if you wish it, then he is speaking now. If I leave means he is not sure either the king will forgive him or will punish him. He is speaking now. If I leave, if you wish it, I will serve you as your most faithful slave, and will wed means engage or offer my sons to do the same. Forgive me. Then the bad man is speaking, if I wish, forgive me. He is asking for forgiveness and speaking that if I remain alive, and if you desire, then I will definitely work as the most faithful slave of yours. At the same time, I also will engage my son to do the same thing. The king was very glad to have made peace with his enemies so easily, and the king was extremely happy, because without any difficulties, without any effort, he was able to make peace with his enemy, and to have gained him for a friend. And not only he just win the enemy, but also got him as a friend. And he not only forgave him, but said he would send his servants and his own physician to attend him, and promised to restore his property. And the king not only got him as a friend, but he was so pleased that he told that he will send his own servants and his own physicians to attend him. At the same time, the king also said that he will return back all the properties which is being seized by him earlier. Understood it? This is your unit 2. So here let us focus on few points of unit 2. So what is written? In unit 1, the king was not satisfied with the answers given by the learned people, so he decided to meet the hermit. In Unit 2, he is coming to the wood to meet the hermit, but before meeting the hermit, he was alighting from the horse and wearing simple garment and walking to the hermit. And when he reached there, he noticed that the hermit was digging something on the ground, and out of pity, the king decided to help him, and the king also helped him. But after some time, the king stopped and told him the reason of his arrival and told him that he wanted to know the answers of his question. But the hermit was silent. But finally, when it was evening time, the king was tired, and he also said to the hermit that, "O wise man, I came to you to get the answers of my 3 questions, and if you are unable to answer the question, tell me, I will turn back." In the meantime, when the king was speaking this thing, the hermit said, "Look, someone is running to us." And when the king turned, he noticed that a bad man was coming by running, and he was pressing his hands against his stomach, and blood was flowing under them. And when they reached the king and the hermit, he lost his sense. Then the king, along with the hermit, sobbed the wounded man, and the wounded man revived, and he slept finally after taking little bit fresh water. And the king was also so tired that on the threshold only he did sleep. In the next morning, when the king got up, he noticed, before he could recall where is he noticed that the bad man is looking at him intently, gazingly, means so happily he was looking at the king. Then the king said, "Who are you? Why are you gazing at me?" Then in the conversation, the bad man is speaking that he is that enemy of the king who decided to kill the king because the king had seized his property and punished his brother. That's why he came there to kill the king. But when the king did not return till evening, he came out of its ambush, hiding place. But unluckily, he was identified by the bodyguards of the king. And then what did happen? They did wound him. And he is expressing his gratitude that it is because of the king only he did save. His life is being saved. So he told that if he does wish, then he will serve him as a most faithful slave. At the same time, he also will engage his son to do the same thing. And the king was also very happy because without any bloodshed, without any war, he was able to make friendship with his enemy. Not only this much, he also got him as a very good friend. Okay, this much is being written. And the king also promised that he will send his physicians, his servant to attend him, and also promised to return their property. Okay, this much is written in Unit 2. Any questions, any doubt, any queries you have, you can ask me. Okay, thank you. Have a nice time.